Who's taking credit for Telangana? And more importantly than that, you can start creating more states. But what is the point, the Lakshman Rekha, at which you will stop and say the bifurcation of India's political map must stop here? On the Newshour Debate tonight, Rahul Narvekar of the Shiv Sena, L. Rajagopal, Member of Parliament of the Congress Party. Thank you very much. Sanjay Jha of the Congress Party, Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP, Mohammed Salim of the CPIM. We're going to be joined by TDP and TRS representatives in a minute, including also an activist for Bundelkhand. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Who takes credit? I think the BJP should give the Congress Party some credit today. They bit the bullet, which you couldn't. They created the state, which you didn't. So Meenakshi Lekhi, would you give the Congress Party some credit today for having done this?
I will pat the back of my officers and also my leaders, because it is due to their pressure that this state has been created, and a long arduous work. And if we can take the history from 2004, and if you want to take the history from 1948, of course 5 years BJP in the form of NDA has existed, but most time it has been
I don't know.
UPA or the Congress.
I don't know. I won't take sides, but I remember there was certain Mr. L.K. Advani who on April 2002 wrote a letter to A. Narendra. He was a member of parliament and he rejected Telangana when he was Home Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. And at that point of time, he said regional disparities in economic development could be tackled through planning and efficient use of available resources. So that was L.K. Advani as Deputy Prime Minister rejecting Telangana. I don't know what you're taking credit for, Meenakshi.
I will tell you, post that 2011, Sushma ji has spoken in the parliament and was also explained the entire corollary of the events, and was also spoken about L.K. Advani making a statement and what was the context, and post
yeah, but you couldn't create it.
Mr. L.K. Advani has spoken.
But you couldn't create it.
And let me,
but you couldn't create it.
You are speaking. No, no, let me tell you, we could not create it, but we worked on several other fronts and we worked on separate states. Now when it
you worked on Uttarakhand, you worked on Chhattisgarh, you worked on Jharkhand, you failed when it came to Telangana, and today you are using it as a political tool to target the Congress Party.
I'm sorry.
That's the problem.
Absolutely not. I'm not using it as a political tool, but I'm showing them the mirror, because since 2004 they had a alliance with TRS and they wanted Telangana
let's get the reactions.
They separated, they went back, and 2009 again
Sanjay Jha.
The same story repeated.
Let's hear the rebut. Sanjay Jha.
Sanjay Jha. MPs were elected by the Congress because they fought Telangana.
I frankly,
so repeatedly it's the Congress which has been dishing the people.
No, one second. Meenakshi Lekhi, let's get the Congress Party reaction in, because of course you've done it, but Sanjay Jha, you know what the problem is. You've done it because you know you'll be decimated otherwise. So the decision on Telangana is a last minute, desperate attempt by a desperate party who wants to salvage the situation somehow. Sanjay Jha and Mr. Rajagopal, why don't you respond to both
Absolutely.
that and what Meenakshi Lekhi says?
Arnab, firstly, I'm grateful. Forget expecting any appreciation from the BJP. I'm glad they have not alleged it as another Congress conspiracy. So I'm very grateful to that. And thank you very much. My gratitude, I need to express it on national television to Meenakshi Lekhi and the Bharatiya Janata Party. The second point is, I think, Arnab, this is a bold, pragmatic, and a very far-sighted decision taken by the UPA. It's a complex and a very difficult decision, because there is a historical legacy, and end of day, while a lot of the pro-Telangana protesters have been in the public spotlight and have been seen on television, etc., the truth is there were sizable people with an anti-Telangana sentiment as well.
Within your own party,
these decisions are
within your own party, a sizable chunk opposing Telangana within your own party.
There is a
And
absolutely, which is, that is in the public domain. But end of day, I think we have taken a decision. We have taken a decision with complete understanding of the fact that the Andhra Pradesh is an extremely important state.
Yeah.
We have to recognize the sentiments of people. Remember, Telangana is not a UPA
you are admitting
issue. It's been there for the last 4 decades.
So there you are admitting. You are admitting.
Somewhere recognize.
You are admitting what I'm saying. You are admitting what I'm saying. And what am I saying? I'm saying that a separate Telangana was in your manifesto in 2004. It was part of the common minimum program. Congress party, Sanjay Jha, wakes up 9 years later. Hence, you agree that this is a purely political decision, keeping in mind your plummeting fortunes in the Andhra Pradesh state. Let's get Mr. KTR.
Not at all.
Well,
not at all.
How come not at all? KTR is joining us. KT Rama Rao, good evening. Arnab here.
Hi, good evening, Arnab.
Okay, Congress party taking credit. Congress party representative, let's get Sanjay Jha on the screen. Congress party representative takes credit, and another Congress party leader says, don't forget your promise to merge with the Congress party. Will you keep your promise, and what's your response to the Congress?
Solutions for the
A couple of things, Arnab. We don't mind whoever takes credit as long as
Sanjay, listen to KTR.
That people want.
Sanjay, listen to KTR.
all the people concerned.
Sanjay, listen to KT Rama Rao. Yeah.
As long as Telangana is delivered, as long as Telangana is delivered in the fashion that people wanted it, I don't think we mind the credit debit game. We do not have any opinion on that issue as such.
Are you merging? Are you going to merge your party with the Congress party? Digvijay Singh has reminded.
Arnab, do you really think? We are that naive that we would make such an important decision on national telecast?
Well, it's my right to ask you. Digvijay Singh has said it on a national telecast. Digvijay Singh has said so on television. Digvijay Singh says that your father promised to merge your party. Would you do so today?
We will cross that bridge when we get to it, because there are a lot more issues to be discussed. We'll definitely cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well, KT, I remind you that the creation of a separate state has been your one-point agenda, and therefore it is my right and responsibility to ask you what you're going to do after that. Let's get Mr. Rajagopal, and who takes the credit? Who takes the credit for this, Mr. Rajagopal, and are you opposed to the creation of a separate state?
Arnab, it's not a question of who takes the credit. It's a sad day for all of us. Congress had to take this decision because most of the political parties in Andhra Pradesh, including TDP and various other parties, have decided to agree for formation of Telangana. So some of the members in the assembly comprising of all these political parties, including the member of parliament, MLAs of Telangana of Congress, naturally there is a majority in favor of formation of Telangana among the MLAs. This is what weighed in the mind of Congress, I'm sure about that. Only after the TDP has given the letter in December, when they saw there is a majority opinion in favor of division of Andhra Pradesh, Congress probably thought, let's agree for that. And that's the reason there is a resolution being introduced in the assembly. In that assembly, the true colors will come out. I'm sure that.
No, what do you mean true colors will come out? Elaborate.
The vote will be.
What do you mean true colors will come out?
True colors of various political parties and the MLAs will definitely come out, and that assembly resolution will definitely be for unity of Andhra Pradesh. Never.
So you are saying this is an eyewash? This is a very important comment. Meenakshi Lekhi, let your response. Sanjay Jha, is the Congress party carrying out an eyewash? Is this an eyewash to claim credit, try and get the TRS? Are you pulling wool over the eyes of the people, Sanjay Jha?
I never said eyewash.
This has to go through a legislative process. Creation of a state involves the President's assent. It has to be cleared by Parliament. Where can it be an eyewash?
No, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. No, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't tell the people of Telangana, Sanjay Jha, that we are for the creation of a separate state and then hide behind an assembly resolution because your party MP, he's from your party, Mr. Rajagopal is challenging you. And he's saying today...
That is the legislative process.
Arnab, I'm not challenging
creating a state is not like slicing a cake.
There are two Congress MPs on the Newshour. One second. Which Congress do I believe? One Congress says I take credit for the creation of Telangana. The other Congress party representative on Newshour says, it's not going to happen when it comes up for resolution in the state. Which Congress party do I believe? Meenakshi Lekhi wants to come in quickly. I also like to welcome Revanth Reddy of the TDP, who's joining this interesting debate. Meenakshi.
See, we have to await, and this is typically Congress. They will speak in two languages and folk tongue constantly on any subject. The number of MLAs from Telangana in Andhra Assembly is limited and very small. So considering that their number is going to get limited and considering the Congress party making a statement in the center could be different from what the on ground coming from Andhra Assembly, and I think it is that fear which is being.
So what is all this announcement all about? What does it add up to, Meenakshi, in your view?
So they are trying to, and this is apart from the basic issues, because when you announce a state, the geographical location, the capital, the funding, the division, the people, population, all those things, the nitty-gritty needs to be worked at. Nothing of that sort has been worked at. In this case, Hyderabad, the coastal region, all those things are very, very important and technical. I think finally and once for all those problems should finish, and not like a protracted battle between various states having a common capital, etc. That is the manner in which Congress has worked even in the past. We have seen Chandigarh, and we've seen. So I think everything should be resolved once for all.
KT Rama Rao looking extremely concerned. No.
Arnab, I would like to respond.
No. KT, 1 minute. KT, what's Sanjay Jha before you come? And I apologize to the Shiv Sena CPM representative not having gone for them. I'm going to the TDP representative in a minute. But I just want to explain to our viewers what is going on. The Congress party has taken a decision to push for the creation of Telangana. It's been officially approved. But on Newshour tonight, we have two Congress points of view. Sanjay Jha, who feels it will go through and it's only procedural that this decision goes through the assembly. Mr. Rajagopal on the other side believes that, who always has wanted a united Andhra Pradesh, he believes it will not go through because the numbers will not add up. KT Rama Rao, would you please tell me your perspective? Do you think this is just a politically strategic move to somehow make it look like the Congress party and the centre are finally pushing for Telangana, extract the political mileage, try and get you to merge with the Congress party, and then if this does not go through in the assembly, then blame the legislative process?
Well, I don't particularly think so, Arnab, because at this juncture, involving Congress Working Committee, the Congress Core Committee, and then UPA allies, and with NDA already being on board, I don't really think that is the case. If a bill is introduced in Parliament today, we don't really need anybody else other than Congress and BJP. We already have UPA on board completely, with NDA supporting it fully as well. The bill will be passed with 2/3 majority, and we don't really have a doubt on that aspect. But the question really is, when will a bill
No, but Mr. Rajagopal is saying the game will be opened up. Mr. Rajagopal, why do you say? One sec, Mr. Rajagopal, why did you say the real picture will come up in the assembly? What is your response to KTR?
Arnab, let me
just hear from Mr. Rajagopal. I'll come back to you, KTR. Yeah.
See, the practice is they'll be introducing assembly resolution, and there'll be debate on that. They'll be voting on that. In that voting, I'm very sure that the majority will be for unity. Even though on paper it looks like that Congress, TDP, everybody has agreed for division, but when the numbers add up, the numbers will be in favor of unity and not for division of Andhra Pradesh.
KTR, yes, please respond to that.
Yes, if I may remind my friend Rajagopal Arnab, the word used in Constitution really is expression of the view of the Assembly. It does not really matter whether the resolution is passed by the Assembly or whether the resolution is rejected by the Assembly. Definitely the case in Andhra Pradesh, as Meenakshi Lekhi was pointing out, is a case of minority being bulldozed by the majority. That's the problem here. But unfortunately for us, the Constitution explicitly states that the expression of the view of the Assembly is what is required, not a resolution being passed by the Assembly. So therefore, my friend Rajagopal can keep daydreaming, but at the end of the day, once the resolution is put to a discussion in Andhra Pradesh Assembly and it is sent back to Parliament, that's where the role of Andhra Pradesh Assembly ends. Now, as for the bill in Parliament...
No, one sec, Mr. Rajagopal, yes, Mr. Rajagopal, yes, Mr. Rajagopal is rebutting you. Hear him.
Arnab, if KTR is accepting that he is confident of that, let him go and merge with Congress. Why is he waiting for that? Let him go and immediately announce the merger.
I've asked him the question 3 times. He's not answered me. I asked him the same question on the merger with the Congress. Respond, Ms. KTR.
What is stopping him from
No, what's going on? Is this some political underhand game?
What's going to happen when the state is going to be formed?
Arnab, let me remind my friend Rajagopal, before he reminds me of the promise we made in the past, Let me also remind him that he has made a promise to the people of Andhra Pradesh that he will retire from politics if Telangana is formed. Now that the CWC is dissolved, let him tender his resignation, let him retire from politics.
I'll retire from politics the day the state is divided. I'm sure the state will never be divided.